Bernstein again. Big opening. Pass 5. Pass 10. Vermont's a man. And he goes all the way to the 15-yard line. 17 yards on the carry.
Welcome back to Believe in Badgers on the Believe Network, presented by betonline.ag and Oak Ridge Wealth Management. Once again, I'm Matt Perkins, joined as always by Badger legend, the Hebrew Hammer himself, Matt Bernstein. Bernie, how are we doing today?
Every day on the podcast is a holiday. Really excited to just chop it up with someone sitting in a meeting room right now.
Yes, sir.
I don't miss those days, but I do a little bit. Yeah. Matt Perkins, how are you?
Dude, I'm great. Like you said, Bern, every day on the pod is a holiday. We've got Darryl Peterson here today, coming from the outside linebacker meeting room,
Yes,
which we are, we've already talked to Coach Mitchell before here. So it's his room that Darryl's coming to you live from, but everyone listening knows Darryl, outside linebacker for the Badgers. And thanks so much for hopping on today with us.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Of course, man. Of course. We're very excited about it. Before we get into it, quick reminder to make sure if you are a current or future professional athlete to link up with our man, Chris Anicetti over at Oak Ridge Wealth Management. He is the number one place for you to get your money right. That's Chris Anicetti, Oak Ridge Wealth Management. And if you are listening, you're probably into sports and probably might like to make a wager or two, head on over to betonline.ag, where they continue to be your number one source of all of your online sports wagering needs. You name it, they've got it over there at BetOnline. Head on over to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and receive a 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit with our promo code BELIEVE. That's BLEAV, BetOnline, where the game starts, and that's the fastest I've ever done that read. All right, now we can get into it with Darryl Peterson. Darryl, good to see you, and how's spring ball going?
It's going good, man. We're defense is looking really good, man. We're starting to click. We're starting to, I feel like, hit our stride here in the spring ball right at the right time towards the end. Going to that summer phase. I feel like we're doing good, and I feel like individually I'm doing pretty good as well.
So what's been the biggest change from spring ball last year to spring ball this year? Because spring ball last year, you guys were all getting to know Coach Fick and the staff. What's been the biggest change from year one to year two?
I feel like just the comfortability and guys like myself, Hunter, Chaney, we're able to, I think, lead a little bit better, knowing that we kind of know what to expect in a sense. And I feel our leadership has grown a lot from year one to year two.
We would always have guys come into the room new as recruits, right? That would come in, or freshmen would come in. What's the culture like when guys show up and they're 21, 20 years old? Like, it's, transfer portal, you have guys that might leave. Like, paint me a little bit of a picture, because that seems really difficult.
Yeah, it's actually crazy. The room this year is legit night and day from last season. So with Leon and John, even our two freshmen, them coming in, it just goes to show just how good of people our recruiting staff is recruiting. Like, it was natural. Everybody's getting along. John and Leon and myself have been able to hang out off the field. The freshmen are even kind of, cool guys. Some guys, we might hang with, usually guys don't really hang with freshmen when you get my age, but, just good guys in the room, and it makes it easier for us to kind of get along and just have fun together. And I feel like it's helping with our chemistry on the field. We're able to get on each other, hold each other accountable, and I feel like it's making us all better.
What do you guys do for fun as a group?
Everybody's always eating.
Okay, so where? Are you talking about just at like training table, or are you guys going out?
Going out, eating. Coach took us to Texas Roadhouse a little while back when we first got started, so that was pretty fun to get some good steaks with the guys. But just eating, hanging out, had some guys over to watch Ryan Garcia's fight the other day. So just little things like that.
That's so cool. So Darryl, I last season seemed to be like a little rocky.
Yeah,
we'll put it like that. I feel like just from watching, people are trying to figure things out kind of on the fly. Do you feel like that's changed a little this year, that you have? It's not so much on the fly. It's dudes can figure it out, or they have figured it out, and you're going to see a completely different type of defense out there.
Yeah, I feel like it's just like it's just similar to like a player, like a freshman player to a sophomore player. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of how, like, for example, like a Nick Herbig, how first year he was good, but had his ups and downs, and that second year was like, oh, this guy's a player kind of deal. I feel like that'll be the case with our defense. Last year we hit some rocks. It was a little rocky for us, and we got some athleticism in places where we needed athletes, and we've added some pieces, DBs, linebackers, D-line. I feel like we got everything we need, and I feel like we got the leadership as well to kind of push that forward and kind of get us where we need to become, September.
What's the biggest thing you've been focusing on growing your game in this offseason? What did you feel like you needed to improve on most at the end of last season?
Yeah, for me personally, I feel like obviously pass rush was a big thing for me. Pass rush, being more comfortable in coverage, because at the next level, I'm not sure where I'll play. So just being able to do everything is kind of something I've been trying to pride myself in. This spring, I've been dropping in coverage. I've been rushing off the edge. I've been in a 3-tech, a 2-eye. I've been kind of doing a little bit of everything. So just trying to pride myself in being able to just do everything, and there's nothing I can't do, as far as the front goes. So that's been a big thing for me.
Oh, Darryl, I love that. I love that. So you sit in that first spring game, spring practice meeting room as a defense.
Yeah.
What are some of the things you guys are sitting there? What's Coach Tressel like? Hey, listen, you guys know last year we need to do X, Y, and Z, and we didn't. Is there focus points that you and him and the whole team are working on specifically this camp?
Yeah, for us, a big thing for us was just forcing turnovers. Obviously, we had the interceptions, but, we had a guy who had 7 of them. You know what I'm saying? So we wanted to kind of spread the wealth as far as that and be able to force fumbles. I think we were like 117th or something like that in the nation as far as fumbles forced. So I feel like that's been a big emphasis for us, was forcing fumbles and getting that ball out and affecting the quarterback. Obviously, not just getting sacks, but just making that quarterback uncomfortable and doing a better job of getting pressure on that quarterback were 2 of the biggest things for us.
So you talked about leadership, and we've heard a lot about guys like Hunter and guys like Jake and yourself. What would you say is your leadership style, sort of, as I'd say maybe you threes, and who are the other sort of I don't want to say elders in the room, right? But like, who are the other guys who are leading, and how would you describe the leadership style that's occurring in the locker room right now?
Yeah, guys like you said, Chaney, Hunt, myself. Like guys like obviously like Jack Nelson, older guy who's kind of knows the ropes, has been more vocal, I think, this year than since any year that I've played with him. He's been a lot more vocal. Guys like Jake Renfro, he's been vocal for us as well, been a good leader for us. I just feel like Ricardo as well, he's been good, and Ches, obviously. A lot of guys you expect to, older guys, but I feel like everybody just brings something different. Like Hunter's more like that vocal, kind of get on you guy, and I think same with Chaney. And I'm more just like a lead by example, just kind of do my thing, and just there, if you watch, you're watching, you know what I'm saying? But I just try to lead by example, do my best to just do the right things at all times.
So Darryl, when you line up, you're in a one-on-one drill, which I actually think is the worst drill, but maybe you like it. You line up one-on-one. Who are some of those guys on the offense you're like, I don't want to see this dude? Or someone, I guess, let me rephrase it better. Someone who's is gonna make you better because that guy is a stud.
This spring in particular, Riley Mauman, man, I feel like he's taken a big jump in his game technique. He's gotten a lot better. He's a lot more physical. Trying to finish guys a little bit more. He's playing a lot harder than he has in the past, I feel like, and he's taking a big jump. And he's that guy where I know I'm going to have to give my best. He's going to give his best as well. We're just making each other better this spring.
Bernie, who is that guy for you? I got to know. Who is the guy that you knew was going to
get me amped up?
Yeah.
Man, I would say Anthony Davis or Brandon Williams. Or Darryl, guy from Cleveland, Dante Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're talking during a game, these guys would get you pumped. Yeah. Like, you could run through a brick wall and not feel it. Yeah. Practice is hard, man. Yeah. Spring practice is hard. Yeah. Darryl, there's no game.
Right.
Like, you're practicing really hard to just get better.
Right.
And it's not a hard concept. It's just there's no, like, Camp Randall with 80,000 people getting pumped for you.
Yeah, for sure. Spring ball is not for the weak, man. Yeah, it's not for the weak, man. You gotta find something within you to kind of want to keep going for 15 straight practices, man. Obviously, you get that day in between, but that day, once you start getting into it, that day feels like it doesn't even happen. I say going and going, but yeah, it takes special guys to be able to come out here and do this, for the whole month.
So what have you learned from, this point in spring so far from, especially, Leon and John? You've heard of the real new face in the room who have seen, their own fair share of college football, right? These guys are 2 veteran guys like yourself. What have you learned from them, and what are some things you've picked up on them, and vice versa? What do you feel like you've been able to teach them?
I learned that we're gonna be good on the edge this year. I can guarantee you that, man. We're going to have some dogs on the edge. No, but I've learned, I think in particular, just how a room should look as far as making each other better. I feel like in my years here, no diss to anybody that I've played with, but there was a drop off. I feel like, whether it been when I was a sophomore playing up behind Nick Herbig and stuff like that. I feel like there's, including Aaron Witt as well, there's 4 legit guys who can go out there, and even the freshmen are getting a lot better. So there's 4 legit guys we have who can go out there and it be no drop off, or who can potentially be starters. You know what I mean? So that's been fun, and we're I feel like with these guys we're bouncing ideas off each other. Like, what do you think about this, or how are you playing this? I feel like that's been great. Having older guys come in the room, we're able to bounce ideas, and maybe he's thinking, John or Leon are thinking something that I wasn't thinking, or vice versa. I feel like that's been something big for us. We've been able to kind of help each other in that aspect.
What have you seen from the down 3 or the D line specifically that makes you excited for the defense next year?
They're intense, man. They're getting after it. They're playing hard. They're physical. Their coach is intense. He's been great. I get with him a little as far as with the pass rush and stuff. So he's great. I know they're getting coached super, super hard, and it's showing. They're playing hard. They're physical. Kurt Neal's been a beast in the middle. Same with James, and Elijah Hills has been good. The freshman, Ernest, Jamel, everybody's getting better, and I feel like you've seen these guys take steps from where they were in bowl prep to now, and I feel like it's exciting.
That's really good. Obviously, defensive line is asked to do a lot in the system that you guys are running. They have to occupy multiple blockers pretty much on every single down.
Right.
But you mentioned Coach Whitlow, the new defensive line coach. You also have a new co-DC as well in Coach Grinch. What has he brought since he came? Whether it's energy, knowledge, sort of what's been, what's sort of the vibe around Coach Grinch?
Coach Grinch, energy, like you literally hit it on the nail. Energy, knowledge, you can just tell he's been a DC. When he explains even the smallest detail, he expands it and makes you think of something you never thought of before, especially with tackling. He's like a tackling mechanic, so he's teaching us all how to tackle, whether it's D-line or safety, corner, getting everybody on the same page as far as tackling's been. And he's been great. I'm looking forward to picking his brain a little bit more, being an Ohio guy a little bit like that, another Ohio guy we got in the building. But he's been great. Good energy, a good guy to have around. The safeties love him.
You guys have a lot of Ohio guys in the buildings these days, obviously.
I love it.
Okay, so who reps their hometown the hardest out of all you Ohio guys?
Ooh.
And then who thinks they're the biggest Ohio high school legend amongst all y'all?
That's a good question.
Because I'm going to say Coach Fick's wrestling accomplishments, as we know,
he might
are pretty legendary.
He might be the legend, but I have 3 state championships myself.
And didn't you set like a state sack record as well?
I did. I had 21 and a half my junior year. So I might go hand in hand with Coach Fickell on that one, but he definitely is. And fun fact, he beat a guy from my high school in that state championship wrestling match. So like
another guy from Hoban, yeah.
From Hoban, yeah. But I think James Thompson reps the heck out of Ohio. And he'll argue anybody down about why Ohio's great. And he's a Cincinnati guy, so Skyline Chili's big for him. He's probably reps it the hardest, I feel like.
So Darryl, outside of, I guess there've been some huge changes, right? NIL, transfer portal, those things are those things. How excited are you for the new schedule?
Yeah,
and playing some of these teams? Like, I feel like you've seen a lot.
Yeah,
since you're in your time in Madison, right? You're almost right after the COVID year.
Yeah, I was the year after.
Is it right after?
Yeah, the year after 21.
You're the year after the COVID year. Yeah. You've seen NIL come in. You've seen the transfer portal pretty much take off into a wild direction. And now we're playing some of the coolest. I'm so thrilled that we're playing this schedule. How's the locker room? Like when you see UCLA, or what do we have? USC,
yep.
Alabama, back-to-back,
yeah.
Oregon, Penn State. Do we have Ohio State this year?
No, not this year.
Not this year.
Not this year. So you're seeing all these like amazingly new teams. How do you guys feel about that?
Personally, I feel like, especially with like us older guys, it kind of just adds a little bit more fuel to the fire. Like we know what we're working for. Like it makes a day like today at practice 11 at spring ball. It makes you push a little harder knowing you got Alabama week 3 and things like that. You can't help but know. You know what I'm saying? When we're working in the weight room and stuff like that, it's all over the walls and stuff like that. We know what we're chasing. if you want to win a championship, you got to beat teams like Alabama, USC, Oregon, and stuff like that. So we're going to have to see them sooner or later. But being here as long as I've been here, I'm excited for this schedule because I feel like that's something we've been missing here is having Oregon at Camp Randall. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Just it's going to be fun, man, and we're going to be ready. I'm excited.
Well, I know the defense is going to be ready because they got to be ready because, a lot of these teams, they got some pretty high-powered attacks. So what do you think the biggest difference we're going to see between last year and this year on the defense is outside of what you talked about with you guys on the edge?
Yeah, I feel like we're just going to be a lot more, just a lot better. I feel like all around. It's going to be, I think, better complementary defense, guys knowing where to be at, a year of just growth and people not thinking too much of the scheme and just playing ball. I feel that'll be evident. Guys just playing comfortable, playing fast, flying around, and making a lot more plays and forcing a lot of turnovers and scoring some points this year for sure. I think that's something we didn't do a lot of last year was score points. So we're looking to score some points on defense this year for sure.
So I'm a big offensive guy.
Yeah.
What have you seen from the offense in this spring, in these 11 spring practices that gets you excited for that side of the ball?
They've kicked our butt a couple practices. Yeah, for sure. Especially with Coach Leonard and even last year, like that didn't happen, especially in practice, spring ball practice. We weren't losing practice days. You know what I'm saying, like that. So they've kicked our butts a couple times. Even today, a little bit. They kind of were getting after us a little bit. So just I think, and that same thing goes for them as with the defense. They're comfortable. They know what they're doing, executing a lot better. I feel like, and you got guys like the tackles, Mom and Nelson. They're getting better. Joe Huber, the whole O-line, I feel like Brunner, Renfro, they're all just getting better, and I feel like it's showing. And the run game has been more explosive. Tawi and Chez have done a great job. Jackson Ager have done a great job. And the receivers have gotten a lot better too. Obviously, Will, he's amazing. And Will's gonna have another great year. Bryson Green, CJ Williams, Quincy, they're all just looking good right now, and I'm excited for those guys.
Will can get open with the best of them. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. One thing about Will, always gonna be open.
He's always going to be open. Let's talk about, obviously, your growth as a player has gone hand in hand with your growth in the weight room. Coach Collins, someone we've spent a fair bit of time with. What's your sort of relationship been like with him, and how do you feel like you've grown the most in terms of like your body physically, athletically since he got here?
Yeah, I love him. He's been, I think, great for my development these past couple of years. I work with him every day. So he's a guy that I'm with in the weight room every day. So our relationship, we're super tight. I love him. And I just love how down to earth he is. He's going to be honest with you. If you need to put on some weight, he's going to tell you. If you need to lose some, he's going to tell you. If you need to chisel out a little bit, he's going to tell you. And he's not just going to tell you, he's going to get you there. Well, there's nothing he says, he doesn't do. He's a man of his word. And, we're going to tighten up and get you muscular, get you a six-pack. If you want, that's what we're going to do. You know what I'm saying? Just whatever, you want, he's going to do that. And we see results. I feel like everybody sees results. You know what I'm saying? If you put the work in, which I feel like everybody here does, you see the results, you get stronger, you get faster. And I feel like for me personally this spring, I've seen it. Like being with him from last January to this year right now, I see like I've grown so much and just how fast and, how my body's changed and stuff like that. And I'm very pleased with, how he does, how he works.
He would be fun to be around in the weight room.
He's never a dull moment, man. He brings it like you guys have seen him. He's just like that with us, and every day, energized. I'm sometimes you would think sometimes you gotta have like a down day or something where you just don't have as much. Never with every day is the same. That's one thing. Another thing I love about him. Every day he's just bringing the energy, bringing guys up, and that's what you need in the weight room.
It's crazy. Those dudes are never sick.
Never.
Never sick, never day off. Like they always are 100%.
100. Literally 100% every.
So Darryl, a lot of people don't understand how hard spring ball is. Do you just want to walk us through like a day in your life of what spring or the week or like what's it look like for you?
Yeah, so Mondays we're coming in, eating at 8:00. Mondays they kind of give us a little bit more time to sleep in. So 8:00 eating breakfast, 9:00 we're lifting, 9 to 10. Guys got class at 11. They're getting to class. Just relaxing until about 4:30. We come back at 4:30 or 4:00. We got dinner. You can eat dinner before or after meetings. But we got 4:30 to 6:30 meetings for practice day because we practice at 7:30ish around there. So breakfast at 5:30. We're getting taped up. We got a team meeting at 7:10, 7:15, something like that. Got a meeting. and then a special teams meeting at 7:20, and they're on the field at 7:30, and we're going to 10:30, sometimes even maybe 11, wherever I'm at to goes. And for me, I got class at 11, so I'm rushing after practice to get to class, which is tough, and then we get back, recover, dinner at 4, and then we're kind of doing the same thing Wednesdays, meetings, practice Thursday, and then Saturday we get to sleep in a little bit. Practice is around 10:30, but we're going, you sleep in a little bit, we're going to go for 3.5 hours. So it's a little tougher, a little long day, but, those are always fun because we get to play a little more. So we're just scrimmaging, not as much special team and all other stuff. We're really just getting to go out there, put the ball down, and just, play, which is fun.
So
are you a fan of early practice?
Now that I've done both, I don't think that I like them as much, but I do enjoy being done. It's 12 o'clock and I'm done for the day. Whether during the season we're starting practice at 1:30. You know what I'm saying? But I get to sleep in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. If you want, I can take a nap after this, you know what I mean? But naps don't hit the same as getting an extra hour of sleep, you know what I mean? So there's pros and cons to both, but I think I like the mornings a little bit more because I'm done for the day at 10:30. So.
All right, let's shift off the field here for a second.
Yeah.
What's your favorite class you're taking right now? What's your favorite class this semester?
Yeah, I'm taking a financial coaching class right now that The Voice, Matt LePay, his wife, teaches. So she's teaching me, Linda LePay, she's teaching my class financial coaching. It's basically just a class about how to coach people if I were to be a financial advisor, something like that, which has been cool. Kind of just learning about people and what people react to, different things like that, especially when it comes to finances, because it's such a big thing that people are worried about. So I feel like it's been a fun class for me to learn, and she teaches it really well.
Are you a finance major?
Yeah, personal finance. Yeah.
Okay, so you want to, obviously, pretty smart idea if you're gonna be into money. I would imagine. So if when you're not at practice, and you don't have a game or anything, and it's maybe a Saturday night or a Saturday day during the springtime, what is Darryl Peterson doing when he has a day off? Well, what's your ideal day off? How are you spending it?
Ideal day off, waking up, probably picking up Will, Quincy, and Ricardo. We're going to eat somewhere. We love Parkway. It's over on off of Park Street. It's a restaurant we like to go to a lot. Probably getting some food. Hopefully some NBA basketball or something's on. We're watching the playoffs or something like that, or just relaxing, really. We like to just relax, just crack jokes, and just do fun stuff. Like we like to bowl and little weird stuff like that we like to do. So just either bowling, chilling, going out to eat, stuff like that we like to do.
Who's the best bowler?
Oh, probably Will. Will. The first time we went bowling, we randomly, let's go bowling. Will literally had 2 bowling balls in his trunk. I was like, okay. We had no idea that he was good at bowling or bowled or anything like that, but we found out that day. Good spin on it and everything. It was crazy, but yeah.
Got his own shoes?
Oh, yeah, all that. Yeah. He kept the shoes in the trunk. We told him to keep the shoes in the trunk. But it was crazy.
That's great. Who's your basketball team? You're watching NBA. Are you a Cleveland guy? Are you a Cavs guy?
I like the Cavs, but I'm more of a LeBron fan, so I'm a Laker fan right now.
Oh, then last night was tough.
But yeah, don't get me started, man.
Yeah, last night was very tough as we record this here on a Tuesday early afternoon. Okay, so Bernie, I'm going to let you go here.
Oh, I just love listening to Matt Perkins. You got some great questions, but no, Darryl, I'm more of like a hey, I just want to know what you're excited about for next season. Like, is it playing at a different place? Is it to see what you can accomplish? Like, what's like Darryl Peterson really pumped for 2024?
Yeah, just for me personally, obviously, to go to different places. I'm excited to kind of go to California. I've never been there before, so being able to play there, I think it'll be really, really, really fun. I'm excited just for the whole thing, though. A year in with this coaching staff, with my coach in particular, Coach Matt Mitchell. I love Coach Mitchell. Just another year to learn and grow with him and with this group we have in this room. I'm excited just to go out there and just play every week and get some production out of this room. I'm excited to just kind of go out there and most importantly see a year of growth for myself. I feel like last year was my best year so far since I've been here, and looking to hopefully double everything and just take a big step in how I'm playing and the numbers and what I bring to this team, what I bring to the field, and winning some games, man. I'm excited to win some games, and I can see the route that we're going, that we got guys that work and that want to win as well, which I feel like wasn't the case. Obviously guys want to win, but are you willing to do what it takes to win all the time? And I feel like we got a group that's willing to do that right now, and I'm excited to see what God has planned for us. And most importantly, winning some games. And they got a 12-team playoff, and I bet my money that we're gonna be in that top 12.
That's what we like to hear. Okay, we're gonna get you out of here on this one. When people think back in 10 years, 20 years, whatever, and someone says the name Darryl Peterson, what do you want to be remembered for in Madison? On the field, off the field, however, what do you want when someone says Darryl Peterson, what do you want the first thing to pop in their head to be?
Champion, man. God willing, man, they remember me as a champion, a part of a championship team, whether it be Big Ten, national, whatever it is, champion. So that's a big thing. I want to be remembered as a winner. I don't want to be remembered as somebody who's on a 7-6 team every year. You know what I'm saying? So this year I'm looking to kind of change the narrative with that. With this group, winning some games, going to the Big Ten championship, winning the Big Ten championship, going to the playoffs. I want to be remembered on one of those teams. So that's a big thing for me.
Well, I love to hear that. And I think that's a perfect way for us to wrap it up here today on Believe in Badgers. Cannot thank Darryl enough for being here with us. Thank you to everyone tuning in on the Believe Network. And so, like I said, thanks for tuning in. And until next time, on Wisconsin.
On Wisconsin, baby.
Let's go.
On Wisconsin.